Hi, this is R.S. Joshi here, and you're watching History Shorts. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Jai Hind. Today, I am going to be speaking about one of the most prestigious institutions in the world, one which gathered students from across the globe, that is, the Nalanda University. The Nalanda University was a famous institution and a Buddhist monastic center situated in the southwest region of Bihar Sharif in central Bihar. Extensive excavations carried out by the Archaeological Survey of India indicate that the foundation of the monastery dates back to the Gupta period. During the reign of King Harshvardhan of the Kannauj dynasty, the Chinese pilgrim Xuanzang stayed at Nalanda for some time and left a detailed account of the subjects that were studied there and of the general features of the community. Yi Jing, another Chinese pilgrim, provided a minute life of the monks. This beautiful university flourished under the Pala dynasty and became a center of religious culture. The pilgrims' accounts from the Gupta period suggest that the monasteries of Nalanda were surrounded by a high wall. The excavations revealed a row of 10 monasteries built in the traditional Indian design. A row of larger stupas made of brick and plaster stood in front of the monasteries. The entire complex is referred to on seals discovered there as Mahavihara. The present Indian state of Bihar gets its name from Vihara. Many of the treasures found are preserved in a museum at Nalanda. The ruins were later designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. At its peak, the university attracted students and scholars from various places near and far, such as Tibet, Korea, and Central Asia. Buddhist study methods were highly formalized and helped in the establishment of various other universities such as Takshila, Nalanda, and Vikramashila, which occupy the post as some of India's oldest universities. Bakhtiyar Khilji was born in the second half of the 12th century in the Garmsiri town of Helmand province in Afghanistan. Khilji owed allegiance to the Turkic Khalaj tribe. This tribe spoke the Khalaj language, which is still spoken in parts of Iran. A historian, Minhai A. Siraj, describes Bakhtiyar Khilji as a man of short stature with arms extending beyond his knees. Bakhtiyar was rejected not once but twice from military service, once from the court of Muhammad Ghazni and the second time from the court of Muhammad Ghori. According to Minhai, his slender appearance played a key role in this rejection. Khilji then went to Badayun, where he found employment with a local Turkic administrator, Malik Mashamuddin. Khilji was granted with land in the Mirzapur district. Having established himself in the Mirzapur district, Khilji began eyeing the vast and rich land of Bihar and Bengal and the land that lay beyond with his army. Khilji was planning his next move on the 80-year-old king Lakshmana Sena, who ruled over the rich land of Bihar and Bengal. Bakhtiyar Khilji launched a series of attacks or surgical strikes on the Sena kingdom. His first target was the University of Odantapuri. After having demolished the university, he built a fort there to mark his victory. After capturing some areas ruled by Buddhists in North India, Khilji fell seriously ill. He was given treatment by his princes, but this did not yield any result. He was advised to seek treatment from Acharya Rahul Sribhadra, who was the head of the Ayurveda department at the Nalanda University. After repeated denials, Khilji agreed for the treatment, but he set out a condition. The condition was that he must be treated without the use of any medication. Acharya Rahul Sribhadra agrees. He comes back to Khilji with the Quran and asks Khilji to read a few pages from the book. Khilji recovers as a result. There was medicine applied on the pages of the Quran. Khilji was shocked to understand that Indian scholars had more knowledge than his own countrymen. As a result, Khilji decides to chop off the roots of Buddhism and Ayurveda, for which 9 million manuscripts from the Nalanda University burnt in huge flames. The 3 libraries, which held an enormous number of books, took 3 whole months to burn. The curriculum of this university ranged from philosophy to religion and included subjects like mathematics, anatomy, and astronomy. The Nalanda University housed three main libraries, which were known as the Ratnasagara, the Ratnodadhi, and the Ratnaranjaka. Shanzang's biography by Hu Li states that all the students of Nalanda studied the great vehicle known as the Mahayana as well as the Hinayana sects of Buddhism. They also studied the Vedas, Hetuvidya, Shabdavidya, and the Chikitsa Vidya, which are respectively the studies of logic, grammar, and philology and medicine. Let us throw light on yet another important question. What if the Nalanda University wasn't destroyed? The Nalanda University played a major role in the interchange in human history between India and China. China's ambitions were to send numerous students to India to embrace Indian philosophy and sciences. The Ratnodadhi was 9 levels high and housed many of the great works by some of the greatest minds of India. This was a place where Emperor Ashoka had once prayed, and students from places like Japan and Rome had come to study. The knowledge contained here was directly linked to the Vedic schools of thought and reasoning. Much of a recorded work of ancient India was lost in this act which portrayed sheer brutality. A decline unparalleled in human history would take place in India for mathematics and science. The wounds of the demolition run deep, something from which India has probably begun to recover in the recent past. Nalanda would have been 2500 years old had it not been destroyed. Having been re-established again, India has begun to recover its lost significance and its historic relevance in the world. It is time for us to dig deeper into the past to find the precious jewels we have lost due to atrocities committed by foreign invaders. We can still go back and try to understand the ancient texts which might take our country to the glorious heights it once touched, rather than looking down at them as pure mythological texts. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.